I've been looking into self-managed super funds lately, and I've been realizing there aren't actually a whole lot of informational videos around. So I started this video series to answer some common questions and queries on SMSFs. This video specifically is focused on SMSF audits. Just a bit of background on myself first. I'm an engineer, so hopefully these questions and answers are kept at an elementary level that anyone should be able to understand. And joining us today is Dharam Ghangas from Auditax Accountants. Whilst he's got over 30 years experience as a chartered accountant, he's specialized in SMSF audits over the last 10 years. So just handing over to Dharam now.
Hi everyone. Thanks Kunal for providing me opportunity to provide information about SMSF audits. My experience in audit is last for 10 years. SMSF. I'm a chartered accountant since last 30 years and working in different fields. In relation to SMSF, I was involved in setup, compliance and advice, and lately in the last 10 years doing a lot of audits. This video is just to provide you information, brief information about audit. If you need more information, you can visit our website at www.auditax.com.au or call us or email for more information. Thank you.
So going to the first question, Dharam, what is an SMSF audit?
SMSF audit is a compulsory audit, need to be done by an independent self-managed auditor. It is done annually, and a self-managed fund auditor need to be appointed by trustees at least 45 days prior to due date of lodging the tax return.
Right, okay. So when trustees need an SMSF audit done, do they go and find an accountant, or does the accountant go and find an auditor?
Actually, it works both ways. Sometimes trustee knows or try to find out an auditor, and they tell their accountant that this is our auditor. Then accountant or both can contact, or auditor can be find out by accountant as well, as long as it's independent auditor. And it works both ways. Either way, either their accountant or a trustee can find out an auditor, and they can contact someone to do their audit.
Right, okay, fair enough. Okay, so specific to your circumstances, Dharam, and Auditax Accountants, what is your client base like for SMSF audits?
We got a wide range of clients, from trustees doing their accounts through their accountants, and trustees contacting us directly. We got other clients like accounting practices. There are various practices we are doing audit for a while, more or less more than 4 or 5 years, and it's a confidence building thing because they know that they are well taken care of, and we need to make sure we are independent. We know our limits, they know our limits, and that's how it works. But yeah, it's accounting practice and in trustees. That's how we get audits.
How long has your longest SMSF audit client, specifically accountant, been with you for?
Yeah, we got accounting practice for about 10 years. We got trustees, we are doing audit for 10 years, around 10 years. Some of them 8 years, 10 years. Yeah, we got a wide range of clients, and we are doing.
Dharam, what does an SMSF audit cover?
SMSF audit covers 2 parts, financial audit and compliance audit. In financial audit, we examine whether financial report is prepared according to common accepted accounting principles. In compliance audit, we check whether you comply with SIS Act and SIS regulation, and that's the whole boundary of the SMSF audit.
Right, okay. So what are some of the topics you're covering in the SMSF audit itself?
Like we need to check whether your SMSF is complying with SIS Act, and in detail what I will say, like there might be common issues like dealing with a related party. If you are renting your property to someone, your related entity, we need to make sure that whether it's market value, that's called arm's length issues. If SMS is borrowing, they need to make sure they are complying with borrowing restrictions.
Okay. Now, who's checking the auditor? Who's making sure the auditors are doing the right thing?
ASIC is regulating body to check on the audit quality, and they do the registration and compliance issue with the auditors, whether they are doing their job properly.
Dharam, I'm going to assume accountants are able to find SMSF auditors and are fairly familiar with the process, but for a new self-managed super fund trustee, how do they go about finding an auditor, and how does that process work out?
There are a couple of things. Sometimes you got a friend reference, someone is doing SMSF or you know some accountant, they might tell you, or you might do Google or something. There is a register with ASIC. You can search auditor with ASIC as well. Yeah, there are various forms you can do check audits.
Okay. Now, once they've found, for example, if someone's approached Auditax Accountants as a trustee and they want their SMSF to be audited, what's the process from there?
Okay, first time, if it is first audit, there are two parts. If it's a new self-managed super fund, then we will be providing checklist to the trustees that these are the documents and information we required, and then accordingly they will be providing information. Secondly, if it is a continuing audit, we need to contact previous auditor as an ethical letter we need to send because of our accounting body requirement. We need to send a ethical letter to previous auditor, and after we receive a no objection from the previous auditor, we issue an engagement letter to the trustees, and once we agreed, then we will send a checklist. These are the documents required. Once we got the document, we will process audit and issue audit reports and a management letter in that case.
Okay, and I'm assuming a similar process where you send the checklist out would apply if an accountant approaches you to get their client's audit done.
Yeah, middle part, more or less, whole of the part is similar. Whether a trustee is approaching us or a accountant is approaching us, the process would be the same. Like we need to first time we need to send an ethical letter to previous auditor, and next time we don't need to send an ethical letter. Next, for second year, we don't need to do engagement letter because we have done engagement letter for once. It's okay until as there are substantial changes in trustees and other stuff.
Okay. Who does the accountant contact if they have any queries?
Auditors got two options, and depending on the preference of the trustees as well, we contact trustees as well and accountant as well. Depending on what type of information we require, like if you need a bank account statement, we will be approaching accountants. If they don't have, we will be approaching auditors. If you need a confirmation, we can approach directly to the trustees, and so that they can sign some confirmation. We need to, like a representative letter, we need to send to trustees. Management letter, we need to send to trustees. Depending on the type of communication, it depends. Yeah, relation with the accountant and other stuff.
All right. Okay. So it's kind of like a triangle with communication between all three parties.
Yeah.
This entire process usually take from beginning to the audit report.
Okay. There are two parts. If it is a new audit, it's going to be a fairly long process because we need to have trustees and everything. If it is a continuous audit, it happened fairly quickly. We receive audit today, we will be fairly quickly, more or less scheduling. It might be today or tomorrow. And if you got all the queries sorted out, it can be finished within the next days. Yeah, we do according to, sometimes it's urgent audit. We have done in past. We can do audit same day as well, as long as you're providing all the information.
Right. Auditax different to other auditors?
Auditax got a specialized team doing audit only, and we deal with like that team is just covering self-managed from either accounting and audit, and that's backed up by a lot of training we do for our audit team. Myself as well, we stress on knowledge, and that's very helpful for doing audit and finding out issues. And sometimes there is an issue in the super fund. They might have accidentally breached, and there might be minor breach or major breach. We try to identify breaches during the audit, and we notify accountants and trustees. So that's the breach you need to rectify. That's the way you can rectify. In most cases, breaches are rectified before even we finish the audit. Other thing is we are doing audit here in Perth. We are not outsourcing our audit sort of work. And that's a one-to-one communication. It's human communication. It's not an online thing. Someone you lost, I don't know where things are going, but we accept data anyway through emails. You can share data through Dropbox, but we make sure it's going to be shared. It's going to be in our office. We process here. If an issue arises, we'll come back to you. We'll raise queries and try to find out a way how you can rectify the issues.
Right. That pretty much covers everything for today, Dharam. Thank you again for your time. For the viewers, if you do have any questions, as Dharam said, you can visit the Auditax website at www.auditax.com.au. You can call or email them. I'll be putting all these details along with the video when I upload it. And keep a lookout for other videos on SMSFs And in the longer term, maybe I'll be looking into cover other accounting topics as well. Thanks for watching.